Hello everyone, my name is Brian Hayes, and for my final project I decided to do my research on social media usage. For my scenario, I chose that I was hired to be a community relations / spokesperson for a small nonprofit organization, and pretty much my organization works with schools on developing healthy social media habits through training and development of students in middle schools and high schools. So pretty much this organization would work with administrations, teachers, students, and parents to teach students how to utilize social media and social networking to enhance their opportunities later in life, either with jobs or with college. So my research question is pretty straightforward. How can schools equip students to use social media and networking to enhance their opportunities after high school? So for my research finding, I found a lot of really good information on Career Builders, which is just a company that does a lot of research as to how employers are looking for potential candidates. They also have a lot of job postings and things of that nature on their website for people to actually go on and begin to look at jobs. But I found this information out from their website, and kind of what was clear is that social media and networking is the future of finding a job. As you can see, 92% of recruiters are using social media for hiring, which is an absolutely huge number. If you're not using social media, you're leaving yourself without the opportunity of being found by those recruiters. So by using social media, you have a huge opportunity of being found by even a recruiter. Below that, you can see that 43% of employers use social media to research the potential hires. So a lot of employers are using social media to look for potential candidates for job positions. And below that, 25% of employers said information found on social networking sites directly led them to hiring candidates. Those are all pretty good statistics to have in your pocket if you are using social media. And so social media, it is becoming huge. 71% of teens use more than one social platform, so a lot of teens are using a lot of social media. And that means there's a lot of information out there about these, both positive and negative. As we can see, with so many recruiters using social media, we want to utilize it to help our opportunities. So for my next study that I looked at, while it did come back from 2009, I think that the information that it found is pretty staggering and definitely needs to be looked at. So this study looked at medical students from the U.S. who were in medical school, and they sent it to a bunch of different schools, and then they compiled the information based off of what the students said. And so that 41% of the candidates posted drinking or drug-related pictures on their social media sites, which is a very large amount when you talk about these students being in medical school. 52% of the students used profanity, 38% used discriminatory language, 39% depicted intoxication, 38% used sexually suggestive material. So when you talk about trying to create a professional portfolio of what's going on with you online, you would think that medical students would have a better understanding of how to use social media, but they obviously don't know how to use it. I'm not sure how that would look like now in 2016, but obviously without the right training, these students can definitely do some damage to their potential job openings. Then in 2011 with O'Keefe, you can see that 22% of teenagers are logging onto their favorite social media site more than 10 times a day. More than half of adolescents log onto social media site more than once a day. You can see this down below that 20% of teens have sent or posted new pictures of themselves, which is a lot. I mean, if that was is linked to some online and destroy opportunity of finding a job. So for my last research finding from Anderson, it already shows that schools and districts around the country are beginning to take steps to create social media policies and guidelines for their students and staff. And where I think our organization can come in is those policies and guidelines are great, but then how can we utilize the training that we have, or even setting up training for those students and staff so that they know how to use their social media. So policies and guidelines are great, but learning how to use social media effectively is really where you can begin to empower students for their future. And this next quote comes from O'Keefe, and this quote says, "The expansion of one's online connections through shared interests to include others from more diverse backgrounds. Such communication is an important step for all adolescents and affords the opportunity for respect, tolerance, and increased discourse about personal and global issues." So learning how to use social media not only help you in your job searching, also helps you in your personal life, just everything you know. So for my recommendations, first, I think that schools need to begin to teach parents how to communicate with their students and set up borders and boundaries for online social media usage. Parents need to sit down and have an honest conversation with their kids, saying this is what we think is acceptable social media usage, and this is what we think is inappropriate usage, and it needs to be very clear that the students understand the distinction between the two. Secondly, I think schools need to step in, need to teach classes, teach the students effective social media usage. They need to teach them how their enhanced life opportunities or can create destructive habits that can limit their life opportunities. And thirdly, I think that's to be taught how to utilize the social media and networking sites to create a professional image for how others are going to see once they step out of high school. So fourth from my recommendations, I think that schools need to create a team that would begin to monitor how students in their area are using social media. They could even tie this in with the classes on how they're teaching kids to use social media. If they can pull up information that kids don't really want their teachers to know or their parents to know and actually show the kids, hey, this was easy information to find. This is what the recruiters are going to find when you begin to look for jobs. It might be pretty shocking to them. I think finally they need to review their policies regularly, set up opportunities for feedback from the students and parents. Schools need to constantly be changing their policies and looking at them and adapting them as media and social networking is changing, and also kids are starting to use it begins to change as well.